Before the Army, I was a spiritual singer, see. But when I went in the Army, I started singing blues. And I think most guys do.
Cause
Make a record, man?
it's sounding good. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna call it though yet.
Neither do I. You ever let that stand in the way?
I guess we have to call it Getting It Together. Okay, kick it off, somebody.
All of my relatives were very religious, and the people around us were very religious. I usually say they were very religious or very hypocritical, because if they wasn't religious, they seemed to act a part, you see. And I was ashamed, man, to sing anything other than spirituals around home. In fact, I'd probably get whipped. When we left Mississippi going to Memphis, we expected many, many things to happen, and it did. The late Sonny Boy, the second Sonny Boy Williamson, was not a disc jockey, but he was on the radio in West Memphis, Arkansas. West Memphis, for all the people that are not familiar, is divided by the Mississippi River from Memphis, Tennessee, and West Memphis is in Arkansas. So I'd heard about Sonny Boy being on this radio station, and I went over there. So it happened that day that he put me on the air, let me sing one song. And that night he had two jobs to play. One of them he didn't want because it didn't pay much money. So he called the lady and asked the lady that he was supposed to play for, did she hear the program? She said, yes. He said, I advertised your place. She said, I heard. He said, well, how'd you like the boy singing? She said, I liked him very much. He said, well, I'm thinking about letting him play for me tonight at your place, and I'll see you next week. So she said, fine. So I went over there, man, and they paid me $12, 12 American dollars. That's a lot of bread, you know, for a guy that'd been making, you know, like 35 cents, 100 picking cotton, you know, 75 cents a day. She told me if you could get on the radio like Sonny Boy is, well, then I'd give you a job, $12 a night, room and board. Now, my job was to entertain the ladies while the fellas go in the back and wage. They had somewhat of a gambling casino in the back, and my job was to entertain all the ladies because the fellas would leave the ladies in front, you see. And that was a beautiful job. I loved that, you know. And I didn't want to lose it, so I heard about this new radio station that was just starting there in Memphis. And it was the first black-operated station that I know about in the States, especially down south. So I went over there that evening. I got wet trying to get to the station because I didn't have any money. So I was walking with my guitar on my back, so I walk up to the station, and I had this big picture glass window, and you can see the disc jockey from the streets. So I walked and I tapped on the window, and he came to the door, and he said, "What can I do for you, young fella?" I said, "Well, I would like to make a record, and I'd like to go on the radio." So he said, "One of them we might be able to do." But I was crazy about Blind Lemon and Lonnie Johnson. Just the sound that they had made me, oh, I don't know, tingle inside or something. And I think that's where my musical career really began, even without my knowledge. I would think that Blind Lemon played like you play classical guitar, flamenco style, something like that, you know, with his fingers. Maybe a thumb pick. I never did see him, so I'm just figuring this by listening to him. But I would think that something like Lucille is not really used to this, Lucille. Blind Lemon would sound something like... something like that. Lonnie Johnson was altogether different. Lonnie Johnson, to me, played with a cleaner touch. He was used to playing with other people, and Blind Lemon never did. In fact, that is the way I started, playing by myself. Your timing is not very good. The beat, yes, but the time for is playing with someone else. For instance, like if a blues is 12 bars, I probably just started feeling good about 13 and a half. Do you understand? But the beat was there. For instance, like if you was playing, and you change whenever you feel like it. But if you got some other musicians playing with you, they expected, you know, like about 5 bars, they want to hear a 4 chord or something like that.
Now fast moving, baby, I can't do nothing to slow you down. Your speed is supersonic, and you're traveling faster than sound. I gotta do something, baby, to put your feet on. Hey, fellas, I'll tell you what I want to do right there. On this last one, after the solo, we'll make that a double break, you know, making the one break like we did, you know, in the beginning of the course. You follow me what I'm saying? Don't break it, just accent on it. You know, just accent with the break. Okay, we're starting again from the top so you get a feel of what I'm talking about. Not the top of the course, but the top of the last one. Okay? Fast moving, baby, I can't do nothing to slow you down. Your speed is supersonic, mama, and you're faster than sound. Now. You don't belong to the union, man. Okay, we'll try it again. Fast moving, mama, I can't do nothing to slow you down. Your speed is supersonic. You're traveling faster than sound. I gotta do something, baby, to put your feet on solid ground. I'm gonna rip a hole in your parachute. Maybe that will bring you down. Yeah, that's where you go to your full chord, you know. Yeah, okay?
Well, just before I went in the Army, about 42, I think, I heard of a guy called T-Bone Walker. And that was the first electric guitar I ever heard. and I heard the sound like this. He was playing like dominant ninth chords, which was something I'd never heard about, you know. And it would go like this. Like that. So later on, I was acquainted with jazz by listening to Benny Goodman's band, and they had a guy called Charlie Christian. And oh boy, did that do it, you know. Charlie Christian was a master, I think, on diminished chords. And then he'd run maybe a diminished something like this. That kind of thing, you know, and it'd keep you doing this. So I liked them, and that started me to liking jazz a bit. And then later, a friend of mine that was in the Army, when he came back to Mississippi where I was, he brought some records by a fellow that I'd never heard of called Django Reinhardt. So he said, I know you like guitar, so I brought a couple of records back, and I want you to listen to this fella. And then I heard something that sounded like this. So clear, you know, much clearer than what I'm playing. And I fell in love with him. That really blew my mind. And from there until this day, those people that I've mentioned have been my idols. Now, but I think what caused me to play the way I do, not only because I like these people so well, but I have a cousin named Booker White. And he used to play with a slide on his finger. And I could never get that. Well, I've got stupid fingers. They just wouldn't work. So in order to get somewhat the type sound that he had, I would trill my hand like that. And I think over the years I've done pretty good with it. Still don't have it right, but I could just keep trilling it like that, sustain the sound. Now this is not proper as far as playing guitar, because you should be able to, you know, trill your hand like this. You know, not that way. But that's the only way I can manage it. So, for instance, if I was going to play like Blind Lemon, I would still have to use that, because that's B.B. King now. I think a mixture of all these people I've talked about. I'm not a very hard guy to get along with as long as they play. But if I was going to think about hiring a musician, I usually think of it in terms of this. About 75% man first, you know, gentleman, and 25% musician. Because I feel that in times that if you get to be 50-50, then this is good. But if he's just a good guy, I can tolerate the other part.
Okay.
Sing with me on the beginning.
Been all over Europe and across the seas, with each new place it gets clearer to me. Week after week on the tour with my band, you don't have to speak because they all understand the power of the blues. Yes, the power of the blues. That's good news, talking about the power of the blues.
I can do it. I just don't feel it as well as I do the other, but I can do it.
I'm fine to, you know, I'm quite happy to change it, don't worry.
Love it?
I'm quite happy to change it. I'll change it to the F. Maybe that sounds better anyway. Yeah.
Well, it does to me because it's more in trend of the type of thing that I'm known to do, you know.
I just
want
thought
me changing me out of my...
Right.
I don't want to change, you know. There have been times that I recorded songs that I didn't think fit me, even though I record them with with pleasure because I know it was people trying to advance me. But I knew that it really wasn't me. But I did put everything I could into it. I don't want to change it from your feeling.
No, I think, you know,
But I can feel it.
It's more in the like B.B. King feel if you put the F in it.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that get it. Yeah, I get it.
Been all over Europe and across the sea. With each new place it gets clearer to me. Week after week on tour with my band. You don't have to speak cause they all understand. It's the power of the blues. The power of the blues. That's good news. Talking about the power of the blues. Just a few changes that I won't deny. But if you think it's easy, you just give it a try. You know the truth, but you're afraid to say it. That it ain't what I play. Once I get into it,
then you can change the words around. Yeah.
Well, you know, just here and there maybe.
Right, sure.
But what I be trying to
this
do.
is like a framework, you know.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is what I'll be trying to do is really put me in it.
Sure. Right.
And trying to let everybody know what I'm talking about. Really, the power of the blues, you know. Okay. Many of the other people that I've worked with, even the young people I see today and work with today, I idolize what they are doing, but I could never do it the way they do it. So I would have to take any song or any piece of music and try to put my own thing to it. Then I feel comfortable. I've always recorded from time to time with other people. I like that for fresh ideas. A lot of times the sound isn't the actual sound that I'm looking for. Just like my guitar doesn't sound exactly like I want it to sound today. So I keep recording with many different musicians in many different countries, like here in England.
Been all over Europe and across the sea. Each new place it gets clearer to me. Week after week on tour with my band. You don't have to speak it cause they all understand the power of the blues. Yes, the power of the blues. That's good news. I'm talking about the power of the blues. Yes, it's just a few changes that I won't deny. But if you think it's easy, just give it a try. You know the truth, but you're afraid to say it. That it ain't what I play, it's the way that I play it. That's the power of the blues. Yes, the power of the blues. You'll change your views when you hear the power of the blues. Yes, you will. Like it or not, when you don't have much, you have to use what you got, and that's the power of the blues. Hey, it's the power of the blues. You just can't lose when you got the power of the blues.
My timing is so bad, man. You know, most of the tunes that I play is of a 12-bar pattern, which is some people call the regular traditional type of blues, even though I like jazz and sometimes I find a lot of fun in trying to play just a little bit for my own amusement, which would be 8 or 32-bar type things. Now, there are blues that I play, there are 8-bar type of blues that I play, but not as many as I do the 12-bar type thing. So what I meant about my time, not the beat. The beat, I'm pretty good. they usually say that I drive quite a bit while playing on the beat. But, for instance, a 12-bar tune, playing by myself, I allowed to end at about 15 bars, you see, because that's when, and I think it's like that with a lot of the folk singers. Anybody listening don't pay it any attention, but anybody trying to play with them, that's when you have problems, you see.
Now me and Lucille, we gonna stop this war. I'm no politician, but I know the score. You can call me a hawk or maybe a dove, but we full of love, that's the power of the blues. With the power of the blues. Yes, it's the thing to use. I'm talking about the power of the blues. Yes, I am. One more time.
Music is like the hands on a clock. It goes round and round. Somebody every once in a while finds something new to add to what's been done. I don't think you really ever play any new music, because as far as my little reading, I found that there are only 7 notes with 5 accidentals, which make 12. So all of our history, people have only played those 12 notes, but it's different ways of mixing them up that makes the sound different.
I tell you what, here's what we'll do. I play a solo, and as we come out of the solo, then this is where we have the double break, because that is the last chorus that I'll sing. If it feels good, I might play one after, but I won't sing another one. Okay? Okay. All right, we're playing. This is the solo before the double break. To slow you down. Your speed is supersonic, mama. You're traveling faster than sound. I gotta do something, baby, to put your feet on solid ground.
I'm still searching even today for a sound, you know, like the guy that is searching for a home, you know. I haven't been able to find that completely. I'm satisfied at times with the sound of my guitar. Not all the time, but sometimes I'm satisfied with the way it seems to sing a bit. But it is a little sound there that I hear, but I can't tell anybody about it. I don't know how. But if I ever get it, I'll know.